A Texas law that would allow police to arrest and deport people suspected of being migrants is now back in court. The law has been making its way through appeals court, the federal government arguing it only has the power to enforce immigration law, while Texas argues it has the right to protect itself against an invasion if the federal government fails to do so. This is just one chapter in the years-long battle between Texas Governor Greg Abbott and the Biden administration over the right way to handle the southern border. Correspondent Joe Khalil has been following this story for us. So, Joe, the courts have already gone back and forth on this law several times.
Yeah, they have, and it's now at the federal circuit appeals level. And we just heard those oral arguments within the last hour and a half or so. This law has been controversial, SB 4, that was originated from Texas. And effectively what it would do is it would allow for state law enforcement officials to arrest people they believe to be in the country illegally. And it would also allow state judges, not federal ones, but Texas state judges, to deport some of those migrants to Mexico, regardless of their national origin. Wherever country they're from, they would end up in Mexico. So Texas Republicans say this is a necessary tool that they need to help enforcement because they say that the federal government is failing to do so. But the Biden administration and many other organizations, including the ACLU, have pushed back, saying this is illegal. They say that it's unconstitutional that Texas or any other state enforce and carry out immigration law. They say that is exclusively for the federal government to do and that Texas has overstepped on its authority. But again, even up to the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, he says that the state of Texas isn't stopping the Biden administration from enforcing federal law. What they're simply doing is making it easier for the federal government to do their jobs by taking some of these migrants who they believe to be in the country illegally and putting them in federal hands. Now, that's obviously the big dispute here and at the core of the arguments from both sides. Take a listen to the attorney today for the ACLU, who is arguing against the law in court, again, just moments ago this morning.
We think that SB 4 is a pretty extreme intrusion on the federal government's authority, but their position would apply if it was more extreme, if they were explicitly barring federal officers from carrying out federal law within their state. Their position would be that the United States couldn't bring an action to seek an injunction to prevent them from doing that. And that is the extraordinary and unprecedented position, and not ours.
During this debate and during the arguments today even, we heard a lot about an Arizona law that was similar. Back in 2012, the Supreme Court overturned that law for the same reason that the Biden administration is arguing now, which is the Supreme Court said Arizona could not enforce its own immigration law. Now, Texas officials say their law is explicitly different from Arizona's, but there are a lot of similarities. And there are some experts, Kelly, who think that this case could end up before the Supreme Court ultimately, and they may be the final arbiters on it. We're going to have to see what happens on this level and whether it's appealed up higher.
Yeah, we certainly will. All right, Joe Khalil, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.